Actually, one of the things I've been thinking, I meant to say this on my own podcast last week. I didn't say it, so I'm going to say it here for the first time.
All right, cool.
Is that Conor without the shit talk is a lot less effective.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just look at just the Poirier fight, then the first fight, he got him really upset, right? And Poirier got overextended, tried to fight too hard, and boom, clips and puts him down. Jose Aldo gets him mad. Aldo rushes in, boom, puts him down. And now in these last couple fights, we've seen like this, I don't know, nicer, happy, more mature. I don't know what you'll call it. It's not the same Conor as we saw 5 years ago. And there's other things that are different as well. But I think Conor without the talk is a less effective Conor.
So that relates
what do you think?
No, I agree with you 100%. And I was, it was a hard prediction to make with Poirier versus Conor the second time. But when Conor came in, two things I noticed about Conor, and I'm not trying to dog him in any way, but he was a lot nicer and very fatherly. Yeah, that's nice. But when it comes to fighting, it just seems like that's kind of a bad thing at sometimes. You know what I mean? Like especially when you're the complete opposite before that, and you have such that aura around you of killer and fear and crazy, and that gets under people's skin. It at least distracts them.
No, it did get under those guys' skin for sure.
And for some reason, he looks really old. He looks like he's gained like 10 years and like just like a year. I don't know what happened there either. So he looks older and he looks way nicer. So I was kind of worried when I saw him come in, and there was so much like mutual respect. I thought he fought okay. I thought he fought fine. I actually thought, technically he was sound in the fight, and maybe even better than Poirier in the first round as far as technically. But then Poirier just does what Poirier does. He put it on the second round, and when he got him, man, he just kept going. It was incredible, and he got a great win. Undeniable.
Were you shocked that Conor didn't check any leg kicks? Because that was pretty shocking to me. He didn't check kicks. He didn't change stances. He didn't really have an answer. And if you think like back to his fight with Nate Diaz, that was essentially, I would say, a major reason why he won that fight was he was so effective with the leg kick. Nate slowed down because of the leg kick, and Nate was less effective. So when Conor didn't really have an answer for the low leg kick, I was kind of surprised by that.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying this, and I kind of believe it. I don't think Conor's was training as much as he was before. The hungry Conor, I think trained a little bit different. So I think maybe, he neglected certain things, and probably that was one of them, leg checks. And it seems like this calf kick is the new thing.
It is, isn't it? I was trying to tell people it wasn't around even 5 years ago.
I had this talk with Henry Cejudo, who was on my podcast, and he was affected by it from Demetrius, I believe. And that was the start of kind of like where you could see an effect where it would make the ankle give out and change the footing and footwork a little bit. Like Henry was off a little bit after that. He recovered, but then Chito Vera did it to Sugar, and then he didn't recover, and he twisted his ankle moments after the calf kick. And that's when it became, a little bit more, I guess, in the spotlight. And then somebody else recently did it as well, and then now finally Dustin with Conor, and then Conor gave it full credit. So it seems like that's going to be, it seems like everyone needs to come to AK Thailand and Phuket and train leg checks. That's what I think.
Low leg kicks weren't a really popular strike in even Muay Thai historically, correct or no?
Yeah, not that low. It's mostly to the thigh. Yeah. You're right.
Isn't it so funny how long fighting can be around? And there's this one seemingly very obvious weapon that everyone is neglecting. And then all of a sudden, people are like, oh, that works. How about everyone start? And then all of a sudden, tons of people start doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is weird how this late in the game or this far into the sport, a new move comes out and then everyone uses it to effectiveness like that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think it's because it gets there faster because obviously it's lower, so less distance to travel. And then obviously the check that most people use is a lot higher check where they're picking the leg up more. And so I think a lot of people are unprepared to deal with that low kick or the low kick. And I think that it's probably not going to take too long before people start finding really effective defenses. I think we're probably 9 months, a year away. And then someone will solve the puzzle of how they stop it. Some type of lower level check. And then it won't become an issue. It'll fade. Stuff's cyclical.